kept me a little longer. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay, now what I'm going to do today is pronunciation,
Yes.
only pronunciation, because I like to do an exercise where I give you words, some
Mm-hmm.
simple, some not so simple. But wherever I feel you do not know the meaning, I'll ask you for the meaning also.
Yes.
Pronunciation is only the way to utter the word,
Mm-hmm.
say it, the right syllables, and so on. But the meaning is also important
Yes.
because you may actually use it somewhere. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll go to my chat. I'm putting down these words as say I start with 5 words at a time, and then we'll meaning of the word is also important. If you can say the meaning straight away, also is good. Uh, I just want to know that you know it. That's all. Just random words. Start with the first.
Yeah. Aberration.
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 Yeah.
Would you know the meaning?
Aberration. No idea, sir.
Have you heard of this word, aberration?
Aberration. No.
No.
I think I
Okay.
didn't heard.
I'll tell you. I'll give you the in context. Um, Miss Mrs. Saraswati attends her classes, English classes regularly,
Mm.
but she missed 2 days recently. But that was only an aberration. That means it's
Aberration.
a rare occurrence. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you are very consistent, but
Yes.
you missed couple of days of class, whatever reason. But it's a temporary situation. That means an aberration. It's
Mm-hmm.
something which does not happen often.
Aberration.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
you can say it in your own, I mean, like say a daughter about your daughter or somebody you know who makes, I mean, maybe a temporary slip in their consistency or temporary break in their
Mm-hmm.
studies. It's only an aberration.
Really
Okay.
aberration. Aberration. Okay.
It's not a word used commonly,
Mm-hmm.
but it's used these days
Okay.
more often. Maybe as people are learning more words or something. The next word,
Mm-hmm. Muzzle.
muzzle, muzzle.
Muzzle.
That's right,
Yeah. Muzzle.
muzzle. There's another word which is muscle,
Muscle.
muscle.
Yeah.
Muscle is a part of your body,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Muscle. This muzzle it's not spelled. It's not pronounced as muscle as we said in the other word with the
Mm-hmm.
body part. Is muzzle
Yeah.
because it's zz, right? Muzzle. Would you
Mm-hmm.
know the meaning?
No. Even I didn't hear this word.
Yeah, muzzle is to, if I stop you from speaking,
Hmm.
uh, it said, I'm trying to muzzle you. Like I'm going to stop you from saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Means
uh,
don't interrupt in between that. It is like that.
yeah. I could say, yeah. If you're trying to interrupt, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you stop.
Mm-hmm.
I want to muzzle. I want to muzzle you.
Okay.
In that context, it's usually used in preventing people from speaking, preventing people from uh, s- doing some action.
Okay.
I can muzzle you action also. I can muzzle by saying I won't allow you to go. It's not a very positive word
Mm-hmm.
because it is stopping you from speaking, stopping you from doing something else, uh, muzzling your actions. So it's a slightly aggressive word in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good word. you know
Mm-hmm.
so it's relatively, I don't know whether it's new, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's used these days For example, you could also say the government muzzles your voice.
Yeah.
Autocratic governments, or despotic governments, muzzle your voice, muzzle your opinion. They don't want you to express
Yes,
your
yes, I got now.
opinion. Dictatorship, for example, is the
Mm-hmm.
word which they use, muzzle. Third word, again a tough word. You might have heard of it, may not have heard of it, but uh,
Insomnic.
insomniac. Insomniac.
Insomniac.
IANIAC. Niac. Insomniac.
Insomniac.
Yeah. Do you know the meaning?
No.
Insomniac. Do you sleep well, madam?
Yes.
Yeah. So you are not an insomniac. Somebody who
Oh,
doesn't sleep at
yes,
all
yes.
is known as an insomniac. Uh, I heard of very famous people who are insomniacs,
Mm-hmm.
meaning they cannot sleep. It's
It's a
a
type of disease.
yes, it's a type of illness
Yeah.
where they have to. If you cannot sleep 5 6 hours a night,
Mm-hmm.
you could be called an insomniac.
Okay.
I heard of very famous film stars and politicians and people of power who can't sleep
Mm-hmm.
for various reasons. State of mind, uh, could be worry, could be sadness, could be that the doctor will decide. But
Mm-hmm.
it's an illness, uh,
Okay.
and it can be very troublesome because if you cannot sleep, you know what happens. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so that's some one kind of it's definitely an illness. People are born with that problem sometimes, or sometimes I think it also develops over time. You know,
Yeah.
that's the meaning of that. The fourth one. Sorry,
Embezzle.
not em, e,
Embezzle.
em,
Yeah. Okay.
embezzle. Bezel is right. Embezzle.
Embezzle.
You heard a word called embezzlement. It's a extension of the same word, embezzle.
Embezzlement.
Embezzlement. It is related to financial fraud, meaning financial cheating or financial looting or financial fraud or anything you do with the bank, for
Okay.
example, is embezzlement. That means somebody embezzled the bank of 100 crores.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
famous story of Vijay Malia running away with money. That is
Yes.
embezzlement.
Embezzlement. Okay.
Embezzlement. But it's related to not stealing anything else. It's related to stealing money.
Mm.
Okay,
It's
because
like fraud.
fraud is financial fraud.
Okay.
Anybody who does financial fraud is a embezzler,
Embezzle.
or embezzle. He has done. He has embezzled the bank, or
Yeah.
you can use the word embezzlement also, depending on the context of the sentence.
Yeah.
All financial fraudsters. You say fraud is fraudsters, right? People who do fraud is fraudsters. So all financial fraudsters are involved in embezzlement.
Yeah.
If I can write that down, all financial financial fraudsters are involved in embezzlement. Embezzlement. Yeah, it'll be something like this.
All financial fraudsters are involved in embezzlement.
Yeah, the embezzlement is the act of financial fraud. So
Yeah.
all financial fraudsters are involved in embezzlement. That
Yeah.
would be the perfect meaning for that. You're using it in a sentence or describing what it is. The
Yeah.
fifth word,
Puzzle.
yeah, that should be simple enough.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
That we solve.
Yes, that you solve, but the
Yeah,
puzzle meaning, what is
yeah.
it? Is it's a riddle, right?
It's a riddle. Yes,
Riddle,
actually,
a
that is
puzzle. It's
yeah.
something which you are supposed to solve, right?
Yes,
Use it in a sentence, then I'll give you the context.
yes. Yesterday, I gave a puzzle to solve my daughter.
No, I understand what you're trying to say. The sentence would be, yesterday I shared a puzzle for my daughter to solve.
Yesterday, I shared a puzzle.
I shared, or
I
I
shared a puzzle to my daughter
to
to
solve.
solve.
Yeah, she has to solve it, right?
Yes.
So you shared a puzzle saying, "Oh, I'm giving you this puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Solve it. I'll give you 5 minutes," for example,
Yes.
right? So you shared that puzzle with her, and she
Mm-hmm.
had to solve it.
Yeah.
Solving the puzzle means she has cleared the puzzle. She has made it
Yes.
open. There is no puzzle anymore, right?
Yeah.
You can use it in various ways. It's a very puzzling question. You can
Yes.
say, this tutor asked me a puzzling question. I don't know. I didn't know the answer.
Mm.
Or I shared a puzzle with my daughter.
Mm.
Okay. So this you can use it in the context of how what you said is right, but the way you put it
Yes.
wasn't right. Okay.
Yes.
So you can give a puzzle to somebody to solve, or somebody gives you a puzzle and you're
To
supposed to
solve.
solve it,
Yes.
and find a solution. In other words, find a final answer, solution, etc.
Mm.
Another word is, can you see that?
Devious.
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 It relates to a person who is, have you heard of this word, devious nature?
Yes, actually, I heard
Yes,
recently. But I'm not able to recall. Just
devious.
to cheat.
Yeah, I mean, the action of that person may be to cheat, but the meaning of devious is he presents himself in one way, but he's
Mm.
actually somebody else.
Yes.
Meaning, uh, like some kind of a double, two-sided person. That means he looked
Two-sided
like a very
person.
kind person,
Yes. Yes.
but he turned out to be very cruel.
Yeah.
That means he's a devious person. He gives you an impression that he's very nice, and then he's not.
Yes.
Usually said in a negative way. You cannot say that that person was actually, I thought he was very bad, but actually he turned out to be good. That
Mm.
is not devious. Devious is in a negative way where the person is presenting himself to be good, but turns out to
But
be
yeah.
bad. He
Yeah.
is
But actually, he's not good.
he's not good, and you come to
Mm.
know of it later. So it's a devious nature of people, you know,
Mm.
insincere, dishonest, those kind of people, yeah, who you think are honest and they're not. The Now the next word, like devious, you
Mm.
pronounce it similarly.
Uh, Spurious.
Spurious.
Curious.
Spurious is any, you have heard of that as a product or a service, or
One who is that better.
no, spurious is just the opposite of what you said. Spurious
Spurious.
is poor quality.
Poor quality.
Poor. The
Okay.
service is spurious, or the product I bought is spurious. Uh, it's not of the quality you expected.
Mm.
You bought a good computer thinking it's good. It turned out to be a spurious product, without quality, without testing, without good material. You know, extremely poor uh, product.
Okay.
Is usually used in quality, spurious
Mm.
quality of food, spurious quality of electronics, spurious quality of water.
Mm.
bad quality. That's what is used. Similarly, there's a similar line of words: devious, spurious, furious,
Furious.
furious, fury.
Furious.
There's a word called fury, which
Fury.
is fury. Is anger, anger
Mm-hmm.
of a very high degree, and not even anger. It is very very angry. So you say
Mm-hmm.
I'm furious with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for example, you can use these three words in one sentence, like saying, I was furious when he sold me a product which was spurious.
Furious.
Uh, so spurious is bad quality.
Mm, yeah.
Something like this I could write here would be that, I'm furious because he sold me a spurious product, and he was not very sincere, and I thought he was a devious salesman, meaning he misled
Mm.
you in saying
Yeah.
something and giving you something bad, and the product was
Yeah.
bad, and then I was very angry
Mm.
because it wasn't. So you can use all those three words together in a
Together.
in
Yeah.
a in a situation, right?
Furious.
Try
Devious.
you can you want to try
Furious.
that, all the three words in one sentence.
Yes.
it's just
Yes. Yes.
it's interesting to just
Yeah.
play.
I went to buy my PC.
Mm,
After buying, I was very furious because the parts was very spurious
mm.
and but the person to whom I bought the product was really very devious.
Devious, perfect. That is
Yeah.
that's exactly the way to say it, because I just realized all the three can be connected. uh,
Yes.
Most important thing is you understood the meaning.
Yeah.
Using it, you can use it in the circumstances how you faced,
Yeah.
right? But that was perfectly correct, and I'm just happy that you understood the meanings, because these some of these words are a little bit looks not rare, and
Yeah.
some, if you don't understand the meaning, you cannot, you are pronouncing it correctly, but if you
Yeah.
don't understand the meaning is you cannot use it,
Yeah.
then it is of no use. uh,
Yeah.
because pronunciation is fine, you're saying it well, but if you cannot use it in your day to day life or day to day
Yeah.
conversation, then it doesn't serve any purpose.
Yeah.
uh, because you can, any word I put, you may pronounce it correctly, but
Yeah.
usage, very important for usage. So
Yeah.
I want to focus on a little bit now is words. One is vocabulary.
Yeah.
What you have seen today is you have learned some words,
Yeah.
you have used it, you have pronounced it quite well. So uh, you have learned something. As we can use hundreds and thousands of words. I mean, some
Yeah.
are familiar to you, some are not familiar to you. What is familiar to you will not teach you anything because you know it already. So the idea is to use
Yeah.
words which may be new, maybe unknown to you, or vaguely known to you, but
Yeah.
something you will learn to use. Uh, you know.
Yeah.
So, for example, that word aberration, you understood the
Average.
meaning.
Yeah.
What aberration is? Can you
Yeah.
form a sentence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every day in Diwali, I um, I went. I used to go to temple, but this year I didn't go. It's the aberration.
Yeah, it's an aberration. Something you do regularly and you stop
Yeah.
for a few days or hours is an aberration. It is
Aberration.
something you
Yeah.
just temporarily block the action which you
Mm-hmm.
were doing regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to the temple. I go to the temple every Diwali. I could
Hmm.
not go this year. It is just an aberration.
It's just aberration. Yeah.
Yeah. Or depending on how you think, you can say, I hope it's only an
Hmm.
aberration. That means I don't want it to be
Mm.
repeated
Yeah.
in the next year, right? So I hope it's only an aberration. It
Mm-hmm.
should not occur again. You know, uh, uh, you want to go. So that's
Yeah.
the way to use it. That's the right way. So those
Yeah.
words can. What happens when you use these things, madam, is people understand you are using complex words.
Yeah.
You have learnt complex words and you're able to use it in the right context. What
Mm-hmm.
happens if you don't use it in the right context? Then it presents a poor picture
Yes.
because people will say, "Oh, she's using words which she doesn't know,"
Mm.
and she's using it wherever she wants. So, to understand the word and the context of saying it is very important because that's when you improve your quality of English.
Mm.
Complex sentences, complex expression,
Yeah.
complex vocabulary. You know,
Yeah.
uh, yes, I would still prefer using simpler words when you speak normally. But
Mm.
in some
Yeah.
situations, the word aberration is used quite commonly these days.
Mm-hmm.
They say,
Yeah.
I go to the office every day at 8:30, but the last 4 days I went late at 10. It's only an aberration.